Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com. Coming back to you with another video. And as you know, Vinny, the thrift store prices have been going up, and up even more. And I put out that video the other day talking about the 7 things that most people have no idea about, which is going on behind the scenes at the thrift stores. And did you see that video?
Yeah, that was a great video.
Yeah, that was, I think...
If you didn't catch that video, you should go and watch it. It's a very good one.
Yeah, I'll put a picture of it on the screen right here, but I think there's been like 10, 11,000 people who have viewed it, and people are loving it. Unfortunately, they're loving it because it's true, because these thrift stores have just gone absolutely crazy. Let me know in the comments right now if you agree, and let me know where you're from. Have your thrift store prices have gone through the roof? Like, have they? Because over here in Connecticut...
Yeah, I'm wondering that too. Are they all around, like from California to Florida? Is everybody getting this? Or
in that video, everyone was saying there was people like internationally, different countries. I mean, like, it just seems like all across the world, these thrift stores have gone berserk. So what are we going to be talking about today? Because we're going to put like a little bit more of a positive spin on it.
Well, yeah, we're going to be talking about how you can kind of go to a thrift store and maybe get away with paying a little lower prices, and maybe some way to curb this issue of high prices. There's things you can do to kind of set yourself up to get lower prices.
Yeah, and if you're brand new to thrifting, you know, you're watching this video because you're probably selling on eBay, Amazon, Poshmark, Mercari, whatever, right? And you're thinking of going to thrift stores, but you're looking at these prices and you're like, are these people smoking something? Are they, like, what is wrong with these people? Like, how can I afford this? How could I save money? So we're actually going to be sharing with you 7 things that you probably don't know if you're a beginner, of ways to save money at the thrift store. So do you want to start off with maybe one that comes up? We got a little list over here.
The main thing is your donation coupons. So at a lot of thrift stores, I know Savers and our Value Village and Salvation Army, they have discounts when you donate. I don't know if Goodwill still gives you anything if you donate.
I mean, just like a tax write-off, but I don't think they give you like an actual coupon, right?
So yeah, at some places in Savers, when you donate, they'll give you a 20% off coupon. So if you have old clothes, old items, things you don't need anymore, things you don't want, don't bring them garbage, but things that you don't need, they'll give you 20% off. And that's another way to always ensure that you have 20% off. Bring some of your old stuff to buy some of the new stuff.
Yeah, and a tip is, a lot of times they don't require a certain amount of items. A lot of times it's just like fill a bag. It could be like a tiny little grocery bag. So don't bring like 15 grocery bags at once full of stuff. I'm saying grocery bag because we fill up like books, right?
Yeah.
Because we do a lot of book pickups and stuff, and as you know, 90% of books aren't worth money, so we dispose of them there. But don't bring all 15 of them. Save them. Bring one every single time you go and get that coupon code. And usually they require, like nowadays at Savers, they're requiring that you put it in a box or a bag. They actually rejected my mom the other day and said, we're not taking your books if you don't put them in a box.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know
so that's number 1, donation coupons. Number 2, this is one that you may or may not know about. Like, it's a half off sale, right? Savers and I don't know about Value Village. They're kind of like, are they the same company, or they're like,
I think maybe Value Village was bought out by Savers, but maybe some are still the same name. I'm not sure if they're still around, but
they're branded similarly.
Yeah, I think it's under the same owner. Owns both the companies.
Let us know in the comments anyways, but they have half off days periodically. Also, sometimes they just have like spontaneous ones. I know at Salvation Army, at least the one in Vernon, it used to be every Wednesday, they would have a certain color. So when you walk in, you see like 4 or 5 different colors: pink, white, green, red, whatever. So find out what that color is. A lot of times there'll be a color half off all week, like a Goodwill. There's always one color, and they have 5 colors that rotate throughout the weeks. So what are your thoughts on that?
So yeah, Goodwill is probably the best one for half off days, because every single day is a half off day. Because every single day they have a certain color that is half off. So if you find an item with that color, you get it 50% off. So they're the best ones at that. Savers, they do it periodically, not as many 50% off days.
But keep in mind, if a color, I think there's 5 colors that rotate. So it's like every 5 weeks or so at our Goodwill in Connecticut. So if it's blue half off, that means that inventory has been most likely sitting for about 5 weeks. So I like completely ignore that when I'm scanning books, because the resellers have already gone through. But depending on what you're selling, like toys, because there's a lot less competition. Clothing, there's a lot less competition. It's not as easy as like scanning books, right? You have to go out and actually use your head and think. So you could still find opportunities with the half off. And sometimes it's just so cheap that it makes sense, right? Because
Yeah.
we all have like a minimum cutoff of like the lowest profit we'd accept. What's the lowest profit that you'd accept to like flip for an item? Like, will you take $1 profit?
No.
I would never touch that.
$5 is kind of my minimum.
Yeah.
Anything under $5 is probably not worth my time.
Exactly. So half off days. Number 3, and you had mentioned this, club member sale days.
Oh yeah, so sometimes if you're part of these people's clubs,
These
or
people.
these thrift stores, what do you call it? The part of their rewards program, so to say. You get special like deals in your email. I know Savers. If you have a Savers near you, if you're a club member, like if you have a Savers card, they'll send you special deals in your email only for people with the club membership. So those actually, that's another way to buy some of those high prices is getting those newsletters and actually going and using them.
And I forgot of an extra one. It's not going to be in our list of 7 items to make more money at thrift stores, but I just remembered. If you're 65 years or older,
oh yeah,
remember
30% off on Tuesdays.
Because my mom, she's over 65, so certain days. If you're a veteran as well, I forgot about that one. There's more discounts that you
10%. And every Tuesday I go with my dad, who's a senior, and
you dirty dog.
They group up my 30% with him.
Yeah.
So it's great.
Now my question is,
bring a senior with you if you go.
Well,
hey, Grandma, let's go check out some items at Savers.
Oh wow, Vinny's wanting to spend time with me all the time now. I haven't seen him in years. But will the workers say anything if you are having your dad buy everything, or do you try to do it sly, or do they not really care?
We go to the same place. We've been going there for 2 years with a 30% off, so they know us.
Yeah.
Other people might have issues. I don't know, but basically you just say either I'm going to purchase it with my father, my grandmother, or my mom, whatever.
Yeah.
Or I can just give him my items and the money, and he'll purchase it right in front of you because you can't deny him. You know?
I feel like if as long as like they're there with you, they've never given me a problem. But I always feel like slightly awkward. Like, are they gonna say something eventually? Because I'm gonna go apes.
Yeah.
Because I've like got this hidden anger inside me of like based on what these thrift stores have done. Like I'm just waiting to erupt on them.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? But like you have to, because like I don't know who knows me, who's watching my channel. Like someone's gonna be like, oh yeah, I saw that Raiken Profit guy. He's such an a-hole like in real life. But the prices are they're just so ridiculous that like you have to do things. Another example, and we were talking about this before, and I've got some notes over here if you're wondering, negotiating items that have been sitting for a while. So I know you're notoriously known for doing this with the toys and for making comments to the workers there. Hey, this has been sitting for,
Yeah, so if you see items at Savers and you would like to pick them up, but sometimes they're too high, what I like to do is hope that nobody buys it and let it sit there. And if in 2-3 weeks I go back and I see that same item sitting there, I will then take that item and bring it to a manager and say, hey, I've seen this here for 3 weeks. I want to purchase it. The price is just out of my range. Can we cut it in half? Is there anything we can do? And they'll kind of work with you. And you can get deals on older items that have been sitting. I don't know if Goodwill really negotiates anymore or Salvation Army. I'm not sure if they do.
They're getting more
Consignments, I know,
strict.
sometimes will.
They're getting more and more strict now.
Yeah, so, I mean, the best advice on that to save money is like, see if the item sits for a while. It might be so high priced that no one will touch it. And then you could say, listen, this is a ridiculous price. Like, nobody bought it. Let me get this at a reduced price. And it has worked for me a bunch of times.
I don't do it very often. I've gotten to the point where like I want to talk to the workers as little as possible, because I just find the whole model like super annoying now. Like that's like I've become like kind of just like.
Yeah, you've grown to kind of dislike the thrift stores. Yeah,
like
me too, though.
Yeah,
me too.
like they're just whatever. Like, just ignore me in this video. It's just you got to remember I've been doing this for 7 years. Like I remember doing it and like seeing $1.99s on Ralph Lauren's. Right? I remember like 99-cent books and 30-cent fiction books. Like.
I remember 5 years ago there was 99-cent toy bags, like giant bags for $1.
Oh gosh.
It was amazing. And that was before I was picking up toys.
Yeah.
I could have been stocking up so much.
I see a therapist. My therapist is always like, Steve, why are you always so triggered? I'm like, yeah, I went to the thrift store and saw the prices. All right, I think number 5 or number 6, large bundle negotiations. I'm just going to touch on this really quick. This is becoming less likely to happen nowadays. But in the past, I used to be able to, put a big bundle of stuff together at a thrift store, and say, hey, would you take a discounted price? Now it's becoming less likely. I would say the only event you'd really want to do this if maybe with like toys, or there's some type of item that's been sitting forever, and maybe, let me put it this way: if your thrift store is jam packed and like the shelves are so jam packed, like it's the same with an eBay business. You don't want a huge store of items that like don't move. Like you've got to move your inventory, right? You've got to. So if the thrift store is jam packed, they don't have any room, and you notice a particular product or category is jammed up, maybe you can try to put a deal together. But I don't know if you've had many experiences with this.
In the past, yes, but lately, no. The best deal I ever put together was the manager was complaining to me how he had so many books in the back, and I'm like, listen,
you crushed this.
I'll take a whole pallet from you if you want to do it.
Yeah.
So then he got the idea. It's just like, I'll weigh it by pound, and we'll do it 10 cents a pound.
What'd you pay for that pallet?
I paid 10 cents a pound. I bought 2 pallets, actually.
Tell about the one DVD that you sold. Wait, so what'd you pay in total?
So one pallet, I had 67, and the other pallet was even heavier. It was 120.
So you paid about like $200 all out the door. What did that one DVD sell for? Remember that?
$350.
What DVD was that?
$320. It was Three's Company box set sealed. Brand new.
Look that up. So you paid for the whole pallet with one DVD set.
Yeah, one DVD set.
And that was on eBay. That's probably going for like $500 on Amazon.
So yeah, there are, if you're willing to go outside of the comfort zone of whatever, you may find better deals out there. I know the prices are high at Savers. They're slowly getting high, but
what do you mean they're high?
There's still some room for some deals to be made. And I think one of the reasons they're raising some prices is because they know people are donating a shoe and getting 20% off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're trying to compensate for their donations.
It's not a bad idea. I mean, I do it in my eBay store. I know you run sales as well. You price it a lot higher. In my e-commerce store, I do the same thing, and I run huge discounts. So, I mean, it works. Let's keep moving, though. Number 6, Goodwill. If you give your phone number and you spend over, I think, 20%, you can get 5% off. And also, you had mentioned birthdays. So
I think they give you 25% off on your birthday month.
Something like that.
Yeah. So
one time.
Yeah, one time a year.
Not every day.
One time a year on your birthday month, you can go into a Goodwill and get 25% off if you have the Goodwill card.
Yeah. So
I mean, these are things that we're trying to point out that you can save percentage on.
It's not going to make you rich.
It's getting less and less. So try to take advantage of these as fast as possible.
And another thing too, I don't have this on my list, but I'm just remembering it now. Get your reseller certificate. It's annoying. Every single time you check out to show your reseller certificate, but you could actually save on sales tax. So in Connecticut, it's 6.35%. And if you're reselling something, you don't want to pay sales tax twice, right? You only want to pay it once. So if you get your reseller certificate and you show it to them, or they put it in the system, they won't charge you sales tax. So that's another tip right there. And last but not least, building relationships with workers. This is something that we've done. We've burned bridges. We've built bridges.
Yeah, I think that's like the book opportunity was more for this point right here. Is like the reason I was able to go up to this manager and ask for this favor, or so to say, help for him, is because I created a rapport with him over the time.
You were comfortable.
Yeah, I got to know him. I talked to him. How's everything going? Things are busy. I mean, half of it was a selfish reason. Half of it was unselfish. I generally think he's a good guy, and I was curious also, like how items come out and stuff like that. And we built a rapport, and then when you build that rapport, it's not just customer and owner, or customer and worker. It becomes a little, so you can kind of talk to them in a different light rather than in another one. And basically I got a relationship with him, and I was like, hey, I can help you out, you can help me out, let's help each other out. Just get rid of these books. There's too much. You got a lot. Who cares about it? So he just checked with upper management. They said, okay, whatever. And I got a deal because of the relationships. People sometimes will, hey, let's say you have a relationship with one of the cashiers, and, oh, my dad couldn't make it on this 30% day off, but I went anyways. And she's like, listen, I know your dad's at a doctor's appointment. And say, oh, I know your dad's, I'll give you the 30% because I know your dad would have been here. So it's always, listen, if you're in business, anything reselling, it's always important to have communication and, what do you say, like good customer service all around. Whether you're selling, whether you're buying, like it's always good to be a good human being and a good person to other people, because the rewards will come. People will help you out when you need it.
And it makes it much more fun too. Like when you go into a store and you get to say, hey, you know, you guys get to shoot it, you know, talk a little bit, build rapport. So yeah, hopefully this video helped you out. There is one secret bonus tip. I don't know if I should reveal it, but anybody can do this, right? And we're actually thinking about possibly creating an ebook around it. And essentially what you do is you go to the corner of the store and you see those little stickers on the products. You just peel them off. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But with that being said, if you have any more tips, drop a comment down below. And hopefully the managers at the thrift stores don't watch that last tip. But yeah, go out there, keep on picking and making that money, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.